Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC has set August 29th as a fresh date for election in areas where polls had been postponed following a consultative meeting with all candidates from the affected areas. The Commission also assured that all the materials will be dispatched on time. Some of the candidates demanded for a reshuffling of the presiding officers in all the polling stations. Is NTV's Kevin Mutai with the details from Mombasa.
Determined to pick up the ruptured pieces of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission and sew them back together, all the commissioners of the electoral body convened for the first time Monday following a public fallout over the outcome of the presidential election. 4 commissioners who had broken away, terming the tallying process opaque, joined Chairman Chebukati for a meeting with candidates barely a week after suspending gubernatorial, parliamentary and ward elections in parts of the country.
We talked amongst ourselves and we did what we call PR for the commission to save face, because we know we didn't want the commission to be divided.
And now the electoral agency has announced that the exercise will be conducted in the next 1 week in the counties of Mombasa and Kakamega. The polls will also be held in Kitui Rural, Rongai, Kacheliba and Pokot South constituencies, as well as Nyaki West Ward and Kwenjenga Ward in Meru and Nairobi counties respectively.
All the elections which were postponed will be held on the 29th of August 2022. The Commission has already prepared, the ballot materials are already here.
The electoral agency also says that it will write to the Ministry of Education seeking permission to use schools as polling centers or alternatively use makeshift tents to avoid disrupting learning.
We have no problem because
At the meeting, the candidates also raised concerns about the efficiency of the election technology, citing failure of the KIMS kits on the 9th of August and whether the process had been tidied up to avoid a possible mix-up of ballot papers.
How about the elected candidates who vied successfully on the 9th? Are they allowed? They should not be allowed to act as agents, because then they become agents of intimidation. Can we then agree that if we go to a polling station and the KIMS kit is not working at 6 a.m., by 6:30 we resort to manual because it affects voter turnout?
The default identification mechanism for a voter is biometric identification, which means fingerprints. If that does not work, then there is the option of using identity card numbers, and we call it alphanumeric search. You enter the ID number into the system.
The proposed date was endorsed by all the candidates, including those from Mombasa, where 3 voters had moved to the High Court seeking orders to compel the IEBC to conduct the election on Tuesday 23rd as earlier scheduled.
Tulikuwa tumejitayarisha kuja kupambana na Chebukati hapa kotini, lakini kwa uoga akatangaza tarehe kabla saa ya kesi.
Tarehe ya kwanza waliweza kuipiga X. Tarehe ya pili wakaipiga X. Panapo majaliwa tarehe hii ya 29 X yenu ipige pale kwa jina la Abdulswamad Sharif Nasir.
IEBC says the campaigns can continue in those areas until 48 hours to the election as politicians race against time to consolidate their support bases. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.